Hey guys, welcome back. Well, let's do a little update on the kiln and how she's running. I haven't checked on this guy in 3-4 days. Oh yeah, we're doing good. So we're at 150 degrees. Humidity, I got two sensors. It looks to be on average around 20%. It's just 5 days right now. I got both garage doors shut. I just opened this one because I crawled in there. So I just wanted to check on. I do have the monitoring system that I can monitor from my phone, but I figure I'd just come in here and double check. I'll probably crack it open here in a second. So today, just probably about an hour ago, was exactly five full days. I'm gonna let it go one more day. It's really dry, but I'm sure, because whenever it gets around that humidity, the wood is phenomenally dry. But I'm gonna give it 5.5 days. I feel like it gets a lot more drier, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, because the wood I did put in there was pretty wet. It did get rained down right before I put it in. So, and no, it's pretty much now for me. I load the wood, shut the doors, turn the systems on, and I walk away. I'll check on the app for the data logger, just to make sure that the chart's showing that it's getting hotter and it's getting drier. And if it's doing that, then I know all the fans, the exhaust fans working, the heater's working. As long as I feed the boiler to keep the temp up, it's fine. And that's kind of what my ultimate goal was when I built this, to get it to load it, shut it, leave it alone. So you gotta remember, this is, right now we're currently just drying fresh cut wood that's green, right? You know, which this is the next batch that's going in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to get one more full. Tomorrow I got to put in 5, another 5, right? That's, yeah, tired. So, but yeah, so yeah, like I said, like right now we're just drying fresh cut wood, because that's what I got to dry to go out to customers. Usually I have an abundance of seasoned wood ready to go, but I've sold out way faster than I anticipated. So I'm just going to keep drying all winter long until it gets to a point where I've already fulfilled all my orders. I'm not going to get new customers. I'm just going to triple, quadruple my inventory for next season. So, because next year all I should have to do is kiln dry seasoned wood for the customers that actually want kiln dried wood that's baked over 140, which I should only have to have it in there for 2.5 days to get it to 160 probably, and as dry as can be for those customers that want that. Because I did sell a lot of that this year, surprisingly. I advertised for maybe a week. When I say advertise, I put it on. I pretty much just reached out to some of my previous customers, and I gained a couple new ones that wanted kiln dried wood, and the wood that I sold them was phenomenal. I mean, it was super dry. So now if I left this stuff in there for another 2 days, so like 7-8 days, it would be like paper dry. And that, I mean, it'd be good burning wood, but it would burn really fast, right? Because there's literally no moisture in it. So all this stuff, all of this is pretty much, that's going in next, is ash. There might be, I know there's some sticks of maple in there, but let's stick a cherry in there, but primarily ash. It's all green, so it's really good wood. It's not punky at all. And if there wasn't, we separated that for the boiler. But all this is good splits. So when we put, I think the wood that's in there, some totes were a little bit higher, and then some were like this guy here where we could stack it, right? I don't remember. Well, I'm gonna crack it open and take a look. So, which I didn't really realize, because when I pull it out, it's kind of dump it in the trailer. So if the wood is stacked, so, you know, level to this bar here, when I dry it, the top of the wood now is like down to here. That is how much the wood it shrinks and when it's drying. And I didn't really pay attention to that when I first took out the first couple loads. Why, I don't know. You would have thought I would have noticed that, but so when I deliver the wood, I add a bunch of wood now, because I feel like I'm shorting people because, you know, the wood is shrunk and it's really quality and dry, but you know, when these customers go to stack it, I feel like they're going to think they're shorted, which in reality they probably would be, right? Hold on one second. Come on. All right. There we go. All right. Can't really tell. This one was a lot higher. So you could kind of, you can't see it, but like the second toed in was more level, and that's down probably 2-3 inches. Man, it's warm in there. So when I pull it out tomorrow, I'll probably do another video, and I did take a picture, like I said, when I put it in. I'll overlap 2 photos when I put it in and what it looks like now. Kind of give you an idea of how much it has shrunk. This isn't easy with one hand. There. Okay. All right, that's that. So, no, like I said, it's running as it should. It's doing what I built it for. Yeah, it takes wood to make wood. Most of the wood that I'm putting in the boiler is wood that I anticipated throwing in to provide heat. But like now it's not as cold, we're obviously heating the house. I've heated the shop next door a couple days, not too much. I don't have to heat it in here. So since I've had the garages shut, here I'll be able to tell you, there is obviously heat loss on this boiler, or the kiln. Like right now it says it's 62 degrees in here. And I don't have the fan on up above to push the heat down. So this is bleeding heat, even though I definitely insulated it. I know there's heat that comes off the doors. I'm sure there's some in the venting and whatnot. So that's why I have all the doors shut, because I feel like it was just bleeding all the heat. It was, you know, it's been down in the 20s right outside. I mean, I think it's in the low 30s right now. And in here it's 60 degrees and I don't have the heat on. So I know she's losing heat. So for me to kind of contain some of that heat, I shut the doors. So I'm kind of heating the garage and the kiln at the same time, but it's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I knew I was gonna have a little heat loss. I didn't think it was gonna be that much, but that is over. And we did recently just insulate this whole garage. So everything, this one looks like it's just a wall, but the other side is insulated, and that's the other garage. But we did all the tops, the sides, the garage doors are insulated, so it's fine. But now I'm gonna, just bear with me, I'm gonna shut the light off, shut the garage, I'm gonna go fill the boiler there. So just bear with me a second here. I do have another way out of the garage, this is a lot easier now. Okay, all right. Probably still can't see me. Give me a second here. So I gotta fill the boiler now for the night's burn. I haven't touched it all day since this morning. It was a little bit, I didn't add as much. I wanted it to burn down a little bit. Yeah, it's in a heat cycle, it's almost done. So let me set you guys up here quick. Give me a second here. I do like to load this during a heat cycle because it's already going. I can stir the coals. They're usually already good to go. Depending on how much wood's in there. If there's a lot of wood, you're going to get a lot of flames. But right now, it should just be good coals, I would assume. Yeah. And you're going to get some smoke out of this because, you know, it's been in the heat cycle for a while. some of this is actual hickory, oak. This actually is good wood. Now I'm going to put in more than I usually do, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get out here first thing in the morning. Which is fine. That's it. That's all the wood that I gotta burn overnight. Heat the house, the kiln, hot water, and it's getting down in the 20s tonight. And we have the house set at 73 during the day and 70 at night. So, and the kiln's wide open. That heat's just cranking in there. So, it's pretty efficient, you know. And yeah, it's good wood. It's good oak, hickory and whatnot. So. Now, if I wasn't doing the kiln, I would have put probably less than half of that in there. So, no, if you're considering a HeatMaster G series, it's 100% worth it. I mean, I was just telling a fellow colleague of mine that, you know, he's considering it at his house up north, that they're gonna build a whole new cabin up there. You know, that they're, wow, I almost forgot. You know, they're gonna start fresh, and they're on, I think, 40 acres in the thick woods, about maybe putting a boiler in. And I told them, I'm like, yeah, 100%, it's a no-brainer. You know, that's where they're gonna probably retire. So in the meantime, I'm like, well, you could probably put glycol on it, or, you know, don't use it until you're up there full time, whatever. But at least get the infrastructure set in place. That way, when you're there, it's easy to do. So it's already done. You got the woods, and he's a tree guy, wood hound, like most of us who follow the channel. So yeah, no, it's a little update on the kiln. It's running like as it should. Usually when I take a piece out and split it, you know, it's 14%. The outside's bone dry. I haven't left a piece sit for a couple weeks to let it like kind of equalize. I haven't done that to see what the moisture is on the inside. If a lot of it wicks out to the outside, I'm sure it does, because that's normally what would happen. So the wood is extremely dry. I haven't burned any of it. Well, I could take that back. The wood that I had here prior, which was oak, that was my first original test. That was my first test, and that wood was wet. That wood was 40% putting it in, and it got downpoured on when I put it in, if you remember that first test. And it burned just fine. And I was just running the dehu for 3 days. Now with the extracting the moisture with the fan nonstop, it's night and day difference. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. I'm glad I did that. I'm pretty sure the way I have it set up, that it sucks the moisture out and the heat, obviously, at a slow rate nonstop, that it keeps the moisture level higher in the kiln for a while, but it takes enough out that it doesn't get too bad. So either way, it's working. So I can't complain with that. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. The boiler's doing as I thought. I do have the thermal tanks open, and looking at the chart, it stays hotter longer. The temperature does go down a little bit, obviously, as when it has to redo its thing to raise the temp back up, but it stays hotter. I mean, it does. Everything I've designed so far is working as it should. So I'm pretty excited. I had my doubts, but I knew running the snow melt system with that, how much of a difference that made, that it would work with that. Now, that being said, there is absolutely no way I can run the snow melt and the firewood kiln at the same time. Absolutely no way. It would not work, because that snow melt system that I designed takes about 80 degrees off that loop when it's running until the temperature of the slab rises, you know, 30 degrees. Then it's about 50 degrees, 60 degrees, give or take, that it takes off the loop. So there's absolutely no way I could do that. Run them both. Now, hopefully by the time we actually do get snow, I shouldn't have to be running the firewood kiln. I'll be done with that. All the wood that I make will be going into the wood yard for next season. So that's kind of the goal, the plan. Otherwise, the snow melt just doesn't get turned on until I'm done with the kiln. It is what it is. There's just absolutely no way. Now, I do have plans to fix that issue, because obviously when we do the whole driveway, and our driveway's about a 1/4 mile long, the whole thing snow melt eventually. I have some other ideas on what I'm going to do. I'm still going to use the boiler for that, but I have some thoughts on what I'm going to do for that. So stay tuned for that. I mean, that's going to be probably a couple years before that happens, but we'll see. I mean, I may do another section of the driveway, and I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this boiler is going to be put to work, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I want to give you a little update on that. If you have any questions on the kiln build or thoughts, or if you're thinking about building one, you know, send me a comment. I'll respond to that. I have no problem giving you my ideas or thoughts. And if you want me to run certain tests, you know, if it's like every day, check the moisture or whatever, I can do that. That's fine. Depending on the days, because I mean, we've been slammed with trees. I mean, every day I'm doing something, you know, whether it's a small job, big job. I mean, lately all we've been doing is big jobs, so I've been pretty occupied with that. So, but I'm gonna try to keep you guys busy with videos. I mean, eventually you're gonna see this guy run every day, because I'm gonna be producing a lot of cords a day in, day out. I'm gonna be eventually out of totes, and I'm gonna have to get more. I mean, anytime my supplier has them, I get them. I usually get 18 at a time, usually about every 2 weeks. So, and I'm gonna have to do that for the next 2 years. But I have other suppliers too. So, but anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys like that. Just a little update on the kiln, the boiler, and whatnot. So, but yeah, as always, keep burning.